Hey, welcome to World Entertainment, and they seem to have broken tradition when it comes to the preview for the next episode of Starfleet Academy, because they didn't just drop the images this time. A few hours later, they actually dropped that teaser trailer as well, you know, the 30-second yokes. Yeah, this is the episode that's going to destroy DS9. We've heard that quite a lot, and this is exactly what that episode is. We are going to have a look at the trailer, which seems to include one person who is a writer, a producer, and all that type of crap on this thing. How do you pronounce her name? Tanwi Newsom, who voices one of the characters and is also, I believe, a writer on Lower Decks. She's the main girl on Lower Decks. She seems to have inserted herself into this as well. She seems to be the alien talking to the retarded hologram, which you shall see. But she wrote this episode as well. So when you see what they're going to do with DS9, just think, this is the person who we're talking about.
I am excited for the fans to dissect absolutely everything that they hate.
Yes, the person who, but the thing she was looking forward to the most about Starfleet Academy coming out was the very thing that's happening. Every one of us dissecting and tearing this thing apart for the absolute shit show that it is. By the way, episode 5, do you know what its title is? Series Alchemation Mill, which is the full name for, Sam. So the episode is basically named Sam, the retarded hologram. But, oh, that rhymed. So, without further ado, here is this god-awful 30-second preview that just shows us what they're going to do to destroy DS9. Have a look.
I must enroll in your class because I need to explain the unexplainable.
Ambitious.
I need your help to figure out what happened to Benjamin Sisko. He was a Starfleet captain who commanded Deep Space Nine.
Starfleet never found a body, so they consider him MIA.
You are not going to solve this mystery with facts alone.
I'm beginning to understand you're going to make all of our interactions as uncomfortable as possible.
Maybe I'm tired of being enemies. You can trust me. Your hand is very sweaty.
Yep, Sam is going to try and solve the mystery of what happened to Ben Sisko, even though we all know what happened to Ben Sisko, and everybody on DS9 knew what happened to Ben Sisko. Do you know why? Because he told them. He brought his wife and told her what was happening. Don't take my word for it. Have a look at the actual scene.
I'm their emissary, and they still have a great deal for me to do. But first, there is much to learn.
Yeah, so Sisko literally, as he's falling off a cliff after grabbing Gold Dukat and the book with the Par-8s, and they're falling into the fire of the Par-8s, Gold Dukat gets destroyed, and Sisko all of a sudden ends up with the Prophets, where they basically tell him, yeah, you're fulfilling your destiny, but now we have to take you with us and whatnot. And as you can see there, when they're all saying, we couldn't find him on the planet, he wasn't in the caves, his wife gets taken, and, well, he takes her and starts explaining, what we've just seen. The Prophets, they saved my life, but there's so much to learn. But the most important thing was, well, is he dead? Isn't he? Well, no, because she straight up asks him, well, when are you coming back? And he answered that. Look.
Things only the prophets can teach me.
When will you be back?
It's hard to say.
Yeah, she literally asks, when are you coming back? And he says, I don't know. And he does follow on with that, saying, maybe in a year, maybe in a few years, maybe never. We don't know yet. He's basically practically immortal at this stage, but it was always the case that he's not dead. He is now part of the Prophets, but there will be a stage where he comes back, and everybody knew that. Jake was told that, Kieran Reese was told that. Everyone knows where he went and how he went there. So why they think this is this big mystery, it just shows you that they don't pay attention to Star Trek. But let's have a look at this episode, because of course it's not just going to be about Sam, as you can see in the trailer. So it's saying the new series, Star Trek Starfleet Academy, hits the halfway mark of its first season this week. We have details and new images for the 5th episode. This episode also has been teased to have a deep connection to Star Trek lore, and we have some commentary from the writers and showrunners about spoilers. Episode 5 of Season 1 of Starfleet Academy is titled Series Alchemation Mill, which is the full name of the photonic character Sam. By the way, that's what they want to be called now. Photonic, not holograms. Yeah. So the episode was written by Kristen Boyer and Tanny Newsome, who is the idiot who writes and works on Lower Decks, or I should say did, and directed by Larry Tang. Episode 5 debuts on Paramount Plus this Thursday. So this is the synopsis for the episode. As a cadet sets out to solve an ancient Starfleet mystery, she embarks on a journey of self-discovery and learns the value of forging her own path. Meanwhile, Nala agrees to help a fellow Chancellor with an elaborate alien ritual. So that's obviously the War College guy. As for the retarded hologram, why is she on a journey to find self-discovery and forge her own path? You could just program her to have all that, you morons. As for solving an ancient Starfleet mystery, once again, it's not a mystery at all. Everyone knew where he went and that he could come back at any stage. So why they're saying all this crap, I don't know. And you've been seeing the images throughout this. One of the guys obviously is going to be back in this episode. He wasn't in the last. Is the Betazoid brother, who is one of the most annoying characters on this thing. He's the one who really just is like, it's like TikTok wrote him. Not even ChatGPT or anything. TikTok. He was pulled from TikTok and dumped in this. Because he's all like, yo, dude, bro, yo, see, that, blah, blah. And you're just like, shut the hell up, dude. Then I'm looking at one thing, and it's actually bugged me from the last episode when we really saw it. And I don't know why it bugs me so much. Why are they all eating out of these kind of lunchbox tin things? It's like, where's the plates? You know, obviously they're trying to do this. Oh, it's like the military where they have these metal tins and stuff. No, it's Starfleet. They don't have that type of crap. And when they did have those type of trays, they were like the proper military trays. They were the flat with the little, you know, kind of indents in them for your food to go in. So why they're eating out of these trays all the time, I don't know. But it bugs the shit out of me for no real reason. But it's just like so stupid. And there is an image in here as well of, I don't know whether the retarded hologram is meant to be getting them the food, or is it her own? Because let's face it, look at the size of her, the fucking blimp. This mammoth walking over with like 10 trays in her hand. It's like, is she getting that for everyone else, or is that hers? Because if that's hers, why does the hologram have to eat? Which also begs the question, and especially when you see the image of the doctor is at this meeting with Ake and Tig Notaro. For God's sake, she's back in this episode. Why does he have food in front of him? He's a hologram. He doesn't need to eat. This show just gets worse and worse and weirder, and it's just like, what is going on? I'm just like, why is this one area of the ship everything? Like, you can see it in the image. It seems to be the cafeteria. It seems to be where classrooms are held. It's the foyer. It's got a giant staircase in it. It's where all the Chancellor does her addresses. Why is this one particular spot everything for the school? How can this ship be that big and yet we only ever see the one bloody location on it? I don't know. It's so stupid, and the fact that everything seems to be in this one goddamn location. God, I hate this show so much. I absolutely hate it so much. But the DS9 connection, speaking to Trek movie at the press junket, both Starfleet Academy showrunners tease how this episode connects to Star Trek canon, which, how the fuck would they know? They couldn't know canon if it came up, and booted their teeth down their throat. So Noga Landau says, Episode 5 is essentially a love letter to Deep Space Nine, which means red alert, people, because they're going to destroy it. Along with the hyping, it's so good. Of course it is. You're hardly going to stand there and go, it's the worst thing we've ever produced. Executive producer Alex Kurtzman added, well, that's the point, right? The idea is that if you don't know Deep Space Nine and you've never seen it, It's a wonderful introduction. If you do know Deep Space Nine, it's really meaningful. Well, these idiots don't know DS9. They clearly have never known DS9. To try and tell people this is the perfect introduction to DS9, holy hell. And to say it's going to be so meaningful if you do know DS9, holy hell. Again, we're going back to the whole thing of they're going to try and solve the mystery of what happened to Ben Sisko. We all know what happened to Ben Sisko, as did everyone on DS9 because they were told. So this just proves to you that they don't have a clue about Star Trek. They don't know anything about it. So this connection to DS9 should be no surprise to co-writer and the Vina, or whatever her name is on Lower Decks, Annie Newsom, has often spoken about how favourite Star Trek show is Deep Space Nine. I wish I was misreading that. That's exactly how it's written. They didn't put in saying she has often spoke about how it's her favourite episodes or show. It literally says Tandy Newsom has often spoken about how favourite Star Trek show is Deep Space Nine. Fuck me, retards galore right here. Not just in the show, but the people bloody talking about it and hyping it up. At the Star Trek Las Vegas last summer, she talked about writing for Academy, saying, "It was very cool to get to use my evil powers of being insane about Star Trek in a different way." Regarding co-writing this episode, Newsom teased how it will deal with the lore, as she worked closely with Christian Boyer, where she said, "That was such a dream because I could just text her in the middle of the night and ask her just deep cut nerdy questions that I won't allude to right now because it'll spoil things." And she just goes on about Canon Deep Space Nine, Canon airs, blah blah blah. It's like they're gonna fucking ruin it. It's gonna be a disaster. And apparently, we were told this was one of the worst episodes. We've now heard, if you think episode 5 is going to be bad, just wait until episode 6 to see how you feel about canon breaking crap. Whether that's true or not, God only knows at this stage, but this clearly will be canon breaking stuff. So what do you think about the teaser trailer and the images and the synopsis? And aren't you so excited that we're going to get to spend a whole episode with a retarded hologram? Yay. I can barely contain my excitement. Good God, end me now. In Minecraft, of course. So, with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit the hype buttons, check out memberships. You know the drill. Let's keep the channel going. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.